tier list time. Okay, so we've been doing Drunk Quest since, like February maybe, and probably more to come before the end of the year, maybe 1 or 2 more, so I figured we got enough now. We have a decent amount, we've got 8 of them. Why don't I make a tier list? You know, here we've got, you know, alright, meh, and dog shit. I guess we'll just go in order from 1 to 8. Yeah, the first one's the Oblivion one. Now, the first one, I think it's the longest of all of them. I think it's like 12 minutes. For a long time, it was not my favorite. Because every time we make a new Drunk Quest, the one we've just made becomes my favorite. Except recently. The last one we made, 8. 8 was not my favorite. I thought 8 was fine, but we'll get to 8 later. 1 is okay. It's okay. It's our first time doing it. The audio quality's kind of shit. It isn't all of them, but like being able to hear other people in the video is pretty annoying. It's kind of fucking stupid. A lot of the jokes are really dumb, but we were very, very drunk. This is probably one of the drunkest Drunk Quests. And it's probably one of the best locations in any of the Drunk Quests. We walked up to like a power plant like place. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a bunch of silos, and that was pretty cool. It was interesting. We were looking for a hut in the woods, and we ended up walking way past it all the way up to the silo place, and just fucked around there. And if we hadn't have filmed this one, we wouldn't have filmed the third one, because we mentioned the cemetery in this one, and that becomes an important thing later on. So I'm gonna put this in meh. Drunk Quest 1 it's pretty good. It used to be bottom tier, then it went top tier, now it's middle tier. It's not that great. Now Drunk Quest 2 on the... Did my mouse just die? No, it didn't. Drunk Quest 2 on the other hand, I'm not a big fan of. I was for a bit. Then we made Drunk Quest 3, and Drunk Quest 3 is really good. Drunk Quest 2 is probably the worst Drunk Quest, I think. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in dog shit. It's pretty bad. We don't do anything that interesting. I think we go down to the convenience store right before it closes, so it wasn't even that late at night. For context, usually we film these around midnight, between like, you know, 12 and like 2 AM. And I think we filmed Drunk Quest 2 around like 10 o'clock at night or something, 9 o'clock at night. We rushed down to the convenience store just to pick up some food. And I think I wasn't even that drunk. I had a bit of vodka and soju, and I think Brayden had smoked. So, I don't know. And it was just us two as well, because Kyan was not here. He was away for a few months. I think there was a couple months, I don't know how long he was away, but there was a couple months, I think, where there was just no Drunk Quest, because we were waiting for him to get back. But we decided to do this one in the meantime. But yeah, it's probably my least favorite. If I had to call any of them bad, it would be that one, and we'll get to the other one that I don't think is as good later. But up next is Drunk Quest 3. This is a really good one. Drunk Quest 3, we had a lot of fun filming it. That's the cemetery one, and this was on the editing side of things. These are not fun to edit. They're not fun to edit, mostly because I have to convert a bunch of the files, and that takes a while, and just, I don't know, cutting everything up and putting it all in the timeline, it's just quite annoying. But this one was probably one of the funnest to edit, mostly because of the few edits I got to actually make, like the skeleton and the monologue about O.J. Simpson's car, and just the music, just using the music in a funny way. I think, like, soundtrack wise, this is one of the funnier ones. Just Bloodborne's got a very dramatic, over the top, kind of loud soundtrack, and I think it's quite funny with this video. It's alright. I was about to say it's god tier, it's not god tier. None of these are god tier. All in all, Drunk Quest is pretty shit. Probably gonna not do any more. Fuck Drunk Quest. Alright, next is 4. The Berserk one. The one where we go to the hand. This one's a fucked one. We weren't that drunk filming it. We wanted to get it out of the way, because I think Brayden wanted to leave. He doesn't drink, so having him in these videos, it's like a godsend when he actually shows up and wants to do them, because he doesn't drink, he'll smoke. I think he might have been sober for this one, I'm not sure, but me and Kyan were definitely not drunk enough to do it. I don't think it was that late at night, it was before midnight definitely, and we had an idea of where to go, but a bunch of the footage got lost, or when I handed the camera off to someone, they just didn't record. There's the giant hand. It's near my house. It's just a big hand, a big bronze hand, for some reason. And yeah, the plan was to go there and make a bunch of Berserk jokes. We ended up only staying at the hand for like maybe a couple minutes before we fucked off. I think I had to go toilet, and Brayden was fucking around. He found a trolley, or a shopping cart. So him and Kyan were getting in it and speeding around, and I gave the camera to one of them to go film themselves drag racing on the road with it, and they weren't recording that entire time. And when they gave it back to me, I don't know if I've got any of the footage, but after that we found our way to a small basketball court that was surrounded by like really high chain link fence. So we started doing like improv, acting like we were in a prison. Starting a riot, and that was kind of funny. And then we made our way to the dog track, the walking track, which is like at the end of the video. That we managed to get that in there. But right after that, we gave up and went home, because the original plan was we were going to follow that walkway until we got to a school. And then we just got bored, and I think we got hungry, and we just left. So this is definitely one of my least favorite to film and edit, but there was more content than the second one. I can't remember how long it is, but it's definitely longer than the second one. I remember having more fun filming and editing than the second one. It's just a shame we lost some footage, and during filming we weren't that happy with it. But I think it came out okay at the end of the day, but it's still dog shit. It's still Okay, 5 is fucking good. 5 just kind of came out of nowhere. I remember Brayden wasn't here, but Kyan came over to have some drinks or something. Brayden might have been there that night, I'm not sure, but it was just me and Kyan, and I don't think we had planned to film a Drunk Quest, but he wanted to walk home because he doesn't live he lives pretty close to me, so he was like, I'm just gonna walk home. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll come with and we can film a Drunk Quest along the way. So we started doing that, and we were pretty blasted, and it made for a really funny video. And actually, I remember before this night, we'd hung out a week or two beforehand and planned to film this very Drunk Quest with just the two of us. But I got about 2 or 3 minutes from my house and I threw up. So I turned around and went home, was just like, see ya, let's not film this right now. But we eventually got around to filming 5, and I think 5 is very funny, it's very good. It's got some of the funniest jokes. It's alright. Next is Drunk Quest 6. Oh man, which one's 6? Let me think. 6 is this one. 6 is the Digital Devil Saga one. This one was kind of alright. I'm trying to remember. So Drunk Quest 3, the cemetery. Near the cemetery is a lot of really fancy rich houses, and there's just like a big hill. And the houses stretch all the way up this hill, and at the very top it's all like gated off. It's like they're gonna start building more houses at the top, but they haven't gotten to it yet. So Drunk Quest 3, we actually ran out of battery or like space to film the rest of Drunk Quest 3, so we stopped at the cemetery. I remember that one ended with us on the side of the road, and like a few, like maybe like 30 seconds to a minute further up the road is like this turn off point which goes up the hill, and we did actually walk up that hill the night we filmed Drunk Quest 3, but we didn't film us going up the hill because I ran out of space. So Drunk Quest 6, me and Kyan decided to go up that hill again, and we didn't have any plans for this Drunk Quest. We were just gonna climb the hill, and that turned out to be very annoying. But we ended up, I think we got some decent bits out of it. We got some good content in there. So a few of the bits that I remember are quite funny, and it ends on a very good note, because we got to the top and we didn't know what to do, and then we found the cone and the road sign. We were like, okay, this is funny, we can pretend these are like artifacts or something. This sounds really stupid when I say it out loud. It's a meh. It was not fun to film, but going back on the footage and editing it and all that, and getting to the top and then walking back down, that was all pretty fun. And honestly, finding the cat was actually pretty nice as well. That cat was really friendly. Now, Drunk Quest 7. 7 is the best Drunk Quest, without a doubt, hands down. That was probably the best night of this year so far. Had a friend visit. He came up just to spend a few days in the city, and we got together, a big group of us. We had dinner and we got drinks and all that. My mate and his girlfriend wanted to go back to their hotel, and so me and Kyan caught a taxi with them. All four of us were very high, and we were all very drunk as well. And we got the cab to McDonald's, and they didn't want McDonald's though, so we got out the taxi, me and Kyan, we got out, got McDonald's, the other two buggered off back to their hotel. And then while we were eating the McDonald's, I spotted a church like up the road. It's like a big like cathedral, and it's got a big fuck off tower, and it was just bathed in purple light. And I thought that was funny, and it kind of looked like something out of like an RPG. So we just randomly decided, hey, that's what we'll film. I think we actually did go out to town with the intentions of filming a Drunk Quest. We just didn't know what we were going to film or where. We just knew we wanted to go out to town to do it. But that just happened to just be there, and we were like, that's perfect. So we went up there and we were filming, and it was really fucking fun to film, and really fun to edit. I remember Kyan decided to film some of it on his phone. He like filmed part of it, and then I filmed after him as well. So there's like footage from my end at the start, footage from him in the middle, and then the rest was me again. And I accidentally jumbled up the footage. So towards the end, some of the footage at the end is actually from the beginning, because I just got confused while editing, and it took a while to edit. And again, just like Drunk Quest 3, the music really fits with this one, and it's very funny. And actually there's a Joker bit in there, which we were really bummed that we couldn't use the bit with the original music from the Joker, where he's going down the stairs. We had to replace it with music from Persona 1, just like the rest of the video, because of copyright. But the original bit is on my channel, it's privated, so I don't get a fucking strike or some shit. That's probably the best one, and actually, yeah, that's all fine. Yeah, 2 is the worst. Okay, now we're on to 8, the most recent one. The gas leak episode. This one, we wanted to film a Drunk Quest, me and Kyan, because it had been a while since we'd done 7. It had been a couple months, and we wanted to do another one. We want to keep doing them, so we were like, okay, let's do one. And he walked in like a random direction, I just followed him. And we made our way around to the park, where we filmed Drunk Quest 2. And we were just there, I don't know, just walking around. We didn't have any bits in mind, we didn't have any jokes, any locations. nothing like that. But then we stumbled upon the toilets, and we both had to go, and then I came up with this stupid drunken idea that there was like a portal going between the two stalls, and then from there on it's just like chaotic. We had about 30 minutes of footage, and it got cut down to something like 8 or 10 minutes. We had a lot of footage. There was enough there for like 2 or 3 drunk quests. We had to cut it way down. There was a lot of us running around and pretending to fight. There's a sequence that goes on for like 5 minutes where I roll away and disappear up the road, and I'm just walking along this dark road for like 5 minutes, and eventually I just get bored and turn around and walk back. I left some of that in the video, but I cut a lot of it out because it's just me panting and walking for like 4 minutes. It's not entertaining at all. A lot of it's cut because it's just like long sequences of us fucking around, doing stuff, but not really saying anything or doing much that's interesting. So yeah, a lot of that got cut out. There was also a bit that got cut out because while we were walking around filming, we noticed these giant windows to a house, and through the windows, just on the wall, was just like naked woman, just like a giant poster or something. And we were so confused, and we were like, is that actually porn on the wall of this house? And I didn't film the house, but I was filming the whole time, and I decided to cut that because it didn't make much sense in the video, and also it's just like a random thing we saw, and you know, it's just like a thing for us, I guess, that yeah, we saw porn on a giant wall in some house randomly. I think Drunk Quest 8, it's a meh, but it's probably the worst, I think. No, actually, it's the best in meh, I think. I like it more than 1 and 6. And that's it. That's the tier list, I think. Yeah. Probably we'll revisit this when we've got a few more under our belt. We're gonna be doing them the rest of this year, maybe next year. So that should be good. And probably new Drunk Quest in the next couple weeks. Probably be filming one next week. So yeah, I'm gay.